20 Stoic quotes and pieces of advice to help you through hard times. 1. The obstacle is the way. Marcus Aurelius. The obstacle is the way is a quote by Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher. This phrase encapsulates the Stoic belief that challenges and obstacles should be embraced rather than avoided. According to Stoicism, obstacles are not barriers to success, but rather opportunities for growth and self-improvement. By facing and overcoming obstacles, we develop resilience, wisdom, and strength. This quote reminds us to shift our perspective and see obstacles as a path toward personal and spiritual progress. Instead of fearing or avoiding difficulties, we should use them as stepping stones to overcome adversity and achieve our goals. Ultimately, Marcus Aurelius suggests that the very thing we perceive as an obstacle can become the means to our success and fulfillment. 2. Choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Seneca. Seneca, a well-known Stoic philosopher, suggests in this quote that we have the power to control our own feelings of harm or distress. He proposes that by choosing not to allow external events or circumstances to harm us, we can effectively prevent ourselves from feeling harmed. This quote reflects the Stoic belief that our thoughts and judgments about events are what truly determine our emotional response to them. Seneca encourages us to adopt a mindset of resilience and inner strength, recognizing that we have the ability to choose how we interpret and react to the challenges we face. By choosing not to be affected by external circumstances, we can develop a sense of emotional detachment and find peace within ourselves. This does not mean ignoring or denying the existence of harm, but rather choosing not to let it consume us or dictate our emotional well-being. Ultimately, Seneca's message reminds us that we have the power to shape our own perceptions and reactions, leading to a greater sense of control and inner peace in the face of adversity. 3. If it's endurable, then endure it. Epictetus. The quote, "If it's endurable, then endure it," by Epictetus, encourages individuals to embrace and endure difficult situations rather than resist or complain about them. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, believed that we have the power to control our reactions and attitudes towards external events. By accepting and enduring challenging circumstances, we can cultivate resilience, inner strength, and wisdom. This quote reminds us that rather than focusing on what is beyond our control, we should focus on how we respond to what life presents us. It encourages us to adopt a mindset of acceptance and perseverance, ultimately leading to personal growth and a more fulfilling life. 4. He who fears death will never do anything worth of a man who is alive. Seneca. Seneca, the Roman philosopher, states in this quote that those who live in constant fear of death will never accomplish anything that is truly meaningful or worthy of a person who is alive. This quote highlights the importance of embracing life and taking risks, rather than being paralyzed by the fear of death. Seneca suggests that a life driven by fear is a life wasted, as it prevents individuals from fully experiencing and achieving their potential. By encouraging individuals to confront their fear of death, Seneca implies that only by accepting the inevitability of death can one truly appreciate the value and preciousness of life. This quote serves as a reminder to live boldly, without being constrained by the fear of what lies ahead, and to make the most of the time we have on this earth. 5. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. This quote by Marcus Aurelius highlights the importance of recognizing the power we have over our own minds and thoughts. It reminds us that we cannot control external events or circumstances, but we can control how we perceive and react to them. By understanding this, we can find inner strength and resilience. Instead of being consumed by external factors, we can focus on developing a strong and resilient mindset that allows us to navigate challenges and find peace within ourselves. This quote emphasizes the importance of personal empowerment and the role of our thoughts in shaping our experiences. 6. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Seneca. This quote by Seneca highlights the idea that facing difficulties and challenges in life can actually strengthen and improve our mental capacity, just as physical labor strengthens and improves our physical bodies. Just as physical exercise pushes our muscles to grow stronger, overcoming obstacles and hardships challenges our minds and helps us develop resilience, problem-solving skills, and a greater ability to adapt and persevere. Difficulties provide us with opportunities to learn and grow, ultimately shaping us into stronger individuals both mentally and emotionally. 7. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Epictetus. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, believed that our reaction to life's events is more important than the events themselves. In his quote, he emphasizes that it is not the circumstances we face, but rather our response to those circumstances that truly matters. Epictetus suggests that we have the power to control our reactions and attitudes toward any situation, regardless of how difficult or challenging it may be. He believed that by focusing on our internal thoughts and emotions, we can maintain a sense of peace and tranquility, even in the face of adversity. This quote encourages individuals to adopt a mindset of resilience and self-control. It reminds us that we have the ability to choose how we interpret and respond to external events, ultimately shaping our own happiness and well-being. Epictetus's wisdom highlights the importance of taking responsibility for our reactions and attitudes, rather than blaming external factors for our circumstances. It serves as a reminder that our mindset and perspective play a significant role in how we navigate through life's ups and downs. 8. The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it. Seneca. This quote by Seneca suggests that the level of glory attained is directly proportional to the difficulty of overcoming a challenge. In other words, the greater the obstacles or hardships faced, the more impressive and admirable it is to conquer them. Seneca's statement highlights the value of perseverance and resilience in the face of adversity. It implies that the sense of accomplishment and recognition one receives is amplified when they are able to overcome significant difficulties. This quote serves as a motivation to embrace challenges and view them as opportunities for growth and achievement. It encourages individuals to push their limits, as the rewards and sense of glory will be greater when they triumph over substantial obstacles. 9. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Marcus Aurelius. The quote by Marcus Aurelius, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy," highlights the wisdom and virtue in choosing a different path when faced with adversity or conflict. Rather than seeking vengeance or stooping to the level of those who have wronged us, Aurelius encourages us to rise above and maintain our own integrity. By refusing to adopt the negative qualities or actions of our enemies, we demonstrate strength, resilience, and self-control. Instead of seeking revenge, Aurelius suggests that we focus on personal growth, self-improvement, and maintaining our moral compass. This quote serves as a reminder that revenge is not a productive or fulfilling solution. It can perpetuate a cycle of negativity and harm, ultimately causing more harm to ourselves. By choosing not to be like our enemies, we break this cycle and promote a more positive and virtuous way of living. Ultimately, the best revenge lies in rising above the pettiness and negativity of our enemies, focusing on our own personal development and maintaining our own moral standards. 10. He suffers more than necessary who suffers before it is necessary. Seneca. This quote by Seneca highlights the idea that unnecessary suffering can be self-imposed and avoidable. It suggests that when we anticipate or worry about future hardships, we needlessly experience pain and distress in the present moment. By focusing on the present, we can minimize unnecessary suffering and instead choose to confront difficulties when they actually arise. This quote serves as a reminder to live in the present and not let our fears and worries dictate our emotions. 11. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius. This quote by Marcus Aurelius emphasizes the importance of action over debate when it comes to defining what it means to be a good person. Rather than wasting time arguing and debating about what qualities make someone virtuous, Aurelius encourages individuals to focus on embodying those qualities themselves. He suggests that true goodness is not determined by words or theoretical discussions, but by the actions and behaviors of an individual. Instead of getting caught up in intellectual debates, Aurelius urges people to simply be virtuous and let their actions speak for themselves. This quote serves as a reminder to prioritize personal growth and ethical behavior, rather than getting caught up in endless debates and discussions. 12. The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. Epictetus. This quote by the ancient Stoic philosopher Epictetus highlights the importance of recognizing and accepting the limits of our control. Epictetus believed that true happiness and freedom lie in focusing on the things within our control and not becoming attached to external factors that are beyond our influence. When we place excessive value on things outside our control, such as other people's opinions, external circumstances, or outcomes, we give away our power and become dependent on these factors for our well-being. This leads to frustration, anxiety, and a sense of helplessness. However, by shifting our focus to the things we can control, such as our thoughts, attitudes, and actions, we regain a sense of agency and autonomy. We can choose how we respond to situations, cultivate inner virtues, and make decisions aligned with our values. This mindset empowers us to navigate life's challenges with resilience and contentment. In essence, Epictetus reminds us that by valuing and prioritizing the things within our control, we reclaim our personal power and find greater peace of mind, regardless of external circumstances. 13. What really frightens and dismays us is not external events themselves, but the way in which we think about them. Epictetus. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, suggests that what truly frightens and dismays us is not the external events that occur in our lives, but rather the way we perceive and interpret them. According to Epictetus, it is our thoughts and beliefs about these events that create fear and distress within us. This idea highlights the power of our own minds in shaping our emotional responses. It implies that we have the ability to control our reactions to external circumstances by examining and challenging our thoughts and perspectives. By recognizing that our thoughts play a crucial role in our emotional well-being, we can cultivate a more stoic mindset. This involves training ourselves to view events through a rational and objective lens, focusing on what is within our control rather than being consumed by fear or anxiety. Epictetus's message encourages us to take responsibility for our own thoughts and reactions. Instead of allowing external events to dictate our emotions, we can choose to adopt a more stoic mindset and find inner peace by shifting our perspective. 14. Let us train our minds to desire what the situation demands. Seneca. Seneca, the ancient Roman philosopher, emphasizes in this quote the importance of training our minds to desire what is appropriate and necessary in any given situation. Often our desires are driven by external factors such as societal expectations or personal cravings, which may not always align with what is truly beneficial or meaningful. Seneca suggests that by consciously training our minds, we can cultivate a mindset that is attuned to the demands of each situation. This notion encourages self-discipline and the ability to prioritize what truly matters. It highlights the need to develop a flexible mindset that can adapt to different circumstances, allowing us to make choices that are in line with our values and conducive to our overall well-being. By training our minds in this way, we can learn to let go of unnecessary desires and focus on what is essential, leading to a more balanced and fulfilling life. It is a reminder to align our desires with wisdom and reason, rather than being driven solely by fleeting and often unfulfilling cravings. 15. It is not the man who has too little who is poor, but the one who craves more. Seneca. This quote by Seneca highlights the idea that true poverty is not determined by one's material possessions or lack thereof, but rather by one's insatiable desire for more. According to Seneca, it is the person who constantly craves more and never feels satisfied who is truly poor, regardless of their wealth or resources. This perspective challenges the conventional definition of poverty, emphasizing the importance of contentment and moderation in one's pursuit of material wealth. It encourages individuals to reflect on their desires and find fulfillment in what they already have, rather than constantly seeking more and never finding true satisfaction. 16. No man is free who is not a master of himself. Epictetus. This quote by Epictetus, a Greek philosopher, emphasizes the importance of self-mastery in achieving true freedom. According to Epictetus, freedom is not merely the absence of external constraints, but rather the ability to govern and control one's own thoughts, emotions, and actions. Being a master of oneself means having the power to resist one's desires and impulses, and to act in accordance with reason and virtue. It involves cultivating discipline, self-control, and inner strength. When one achieves this level of self-mastery, one becomes liberated from the influences of external circumstances and other people's opinions. Epictetus suggests that true freedom lies within our own minds, and that it is our responsibility to take control of ourselves. By mastering our own thoughts and behaviors, we can transcend the limitations imposed by society, circumstances, and even our own desires. This inner freedom allows us to live in accordance with our values and principles, leading to a more fulfilling and virtuous life. 17. The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. Marcus Aurelius. This quote by Marcus Aurelius highlights two important rules for living a fulfilling life. The first rule emphasizes the importance of maintaining an untroubled spirit. This suggests that we should strive to cultivate a sense of inner peace and tranquility, regardless of external circumstances. By keeping our spirit untroubled, we can better handle challenges and setbacks with a calm and composed mindset. The second rule advises us to face reality head-on and to see things as they truly are. It encourages us to confront the truth, even if it may be uncomfortable or difficult to accept. By acknowledging and understanding the reality of a situation, we can make better informed decisions and respond more effectively. Overall, these rules urge us to cultivate a balanced perspective on life, one that involves maintaining inner peace while also being aware of and accepting the realities of our existence. 18. To bear trials with a calm mind robs misfortune of its strength and burden. Seneca. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, suggests that when we face hardships and challenges with a calm and composed mindset, we diminish the power and weight of misfortune. By maintaining a sense of inner tranquility, we are better equipped to handle difficult situations and prevent them from overwhelming us. This perspective highlights the importance of cultivating resilience and emotional stability in the face of adversity. When we approach trials with a calm mind, we are able to find clarity, make rational decisions, and navigate through misfortune more effectively. 19. Your mind will take the shape of what you frequently hold in thought. Marcus Aurelius. This quote by Marcus Aurelius emphasizes the power of our thoughts and the impact they have on shaping our minds and ultimately our lives. It suggests that the more we focus on certain thoughts, the more they become ingrained in our thinking patterns and influence our actions and behaviors. In essence, if we consistently think about positive and uplifting ideas, our minds will adopt a positive perspective, and we are more likely to experience positivity in our lives. On the other hand, if we constantly dwell on negative thoughts or engage in self-destructive thinking, our minds will be shaped by negativity, and we may find ourselves trapped in a cycle of negative experiences. Therefore, this quote serves as a reminder to be mindful of our thoughts and consciously choose to focus on thoughts that are beneficial, inspiring, and aligned with our goals and values. By doing so, we can shape our minds in a way that supports personal growth, resilience, and overall well-being. 20. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Marcus Aurelius. This quote by Marcus Aurelius speaks to the fear of not truly living life, rather than the fear of death itself. It suggests that it is more important for a person to actively engage in life, pursue their passions, and make the most of their time on earth, rather than dwelling on the fear of death. Aurelius encourages individuals to embrace life, and not let the fear of the unknown prevent them from fully experiencing and enjoying the present moment. By recognizing the value of living a purposeful life, this quote serves as a reminder to seize opportunities, take risks, and truly live. Remember, these Stoic teachings encourage resilience, inner strength, and the ability to find meaning and growth in difficult situations.